All right, we're on hole number 5 of the Southcoast tournament in the rookie division in Tuesday's qualifying round. I'm still practicing, so I'm just using it as a practice account. So hole number 5. So what I got here, hole number 5. This is a absolutely tough hole, and we absolutely need an eagle on it. Let me make a note here. So I'm going to use my. That's a. All right. I was using a 3-power ball, and I'll tell you, it is tough to get on that green with 3-power ball. And you need a lot of side spin too, not necessarily for the first shot, but for that second shot, you need a lot of side spin. And you need something that's got curl in it. So I'm going to use a quarterback. Now I've played this several different ways. You can play it with an extra mile, and you don't need to put on maximum topspin. But I think my quarterback's going to be a little more accurate. But I know with the extra mile, you need to be at about 1 bar less than max topspin. And with the quarterback, I'm not exactly sure what the length's going to be. But I'm going to use a firework ball. It's got lots of side spin. Gives me that extra little bit of power to get the second shot, not the first shot. So if I use a quarterback, no matter what, I want a big dog. So I'm going to change this out in both, just in case I don't like the look with the quarterback. I know I'm going to, but just in case. So I did this shot several times with the extra mile, so I know that you can't do max topspin with the extra mile. I'm going to use a QB, a firework ball, big dog. And what we need to do here is I need to dial in how much topspin to put on. Part of that's changed too, because with a 4-power ball, when I was practicing it, the few times I got it during the practice session last week, I was using a 3-power ball. I came here the first time with a quasar, and then found out that the second shot was really tough with a quasar. So the next time I came to this hole, I used a kingmaker. And ended up blowing both of the second shots. Yesterday, in my first practice round, my only practice round, I was able to eagle this hole. But you got to get, you want to get way down in there, and it's better to be close to this edge. Even if you don't get all the way down, if you're along that edge, you're better off than if you're all the way down over on this side. So where our opponent's at is actually really good. Go a little less. I'm going to go 1 less than all, just to see where that puts me. Okay, so we're going to take the wind out. That's a 4-4 wind, so that's a 4.4 ring adjustment. I'm going to put a little bit of curl, not a lot, just enough to keep me away from that edge. And I hit it great to that side, so that just took all the curl out. And I think I'm going to be lucky if I don't end up in the rough. I like being up against that edge, but let's see how much we left on the table as far as distance. Not too bad. Actually, that might be a good spot. I think we're actually closer there than we would be if we were further down. My red line's been right in the middle of this gap with my big dog. So let's see if it puts me just a little forward of that. Yeah, you're going to want to put all that topspin on there, buddy. That's a tough shot. Excuse me. Because you can't, so far back in that hole that you can't, unless you do overpower like this and get further up in there, you can't really do any curl. Because you'll end up right there. This is definitely a hole to bring either your Cataclysm or your Big Dog, whichever one you've got the highest level and whichever one you're the most comfortable with. That's the one you need to bring. So the wind's going to blow me 2 rings, so it's going to blow me out into this area. I want to give myself enough room out here to be able to curl it. So if it brings me out into this area, I still have a little bit of room for curl. And I need to put a little bit of power on it. Grate on the outside, and I'm okay with grate on the outside. Grate on the inside probably would have hurt me. That was a little too fast. Just a bit outside. And that's a product of the little bit of power that I put on it. So it would probably be better in a worst case scenario to be out front with no power and just end up out front and do that chip in than it is to blow past and end up in the rough. That's for dang sure. So we had a pretty good look at it there. I didn't have to add that power onto it. I would have had a lot more control over it as well. So I'm going to make a note here. No overpower. All right. Look at all the changes that thing makes. That's not good. That's not good for us. I think if I'd have tried, I could have hit that thing worse. That's why on these holes, that's why I'm saying, it's really important to just play the 24 and not worry about trying to pick stuff up. Just go out there and try and play consistent, because, people are going to come out and overshoot a shot like that, make a mistake and not make it. And they're going to ruin their own rounds. And if you can go out there and just play consistent and just try and get the average score, you're going to end up, I feel pretty good in this tournament. You're probably going to end up in the top, for sure, depending on, even in a tough bracket, you'll probably end up in the top 20. In a lot of brackets, you'll probably end up in the top 10. So try and play consistent. Don't overshoot like I just did. All right, that was hole number 5 of the Southcoast tournament and Tuesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.